Yo, Hendo here, the average dude Slo-Pitch. Today we're getting a chance to bring out the all-new short porch Moondoggy. This is going to be a 12.75-inch barrel, loaded. It does have the Kevlar tech that they've got on there. Obviously, this is a USSSA model, and then it's got the zero flex handle. So we're expecting this to be nice and stiff. See kind of how that plays kind of with the barrel. Obviously, with short porch, if you've watched any of the videos in the past, we found that most of their barrels start out relatively stiff. Which has allowed for pretty good performance with kind of the 52s. Obviously, even some of the velo stuff off the sweet spots requiring a little bit of braking time. And then there's been a few models obviously that soften that up a little bit with a little more flex. So be interested to see how this one performs for that. This is the 26 ounce that we'll be swinging today. We're going to head out to the fields here in just a minute. We're going to go ahead and throw the compression test, everything on there now, simply because we're in the windy season. So we get these real small windows that we're able to actually get out there and hit without it being too bad. So today we should have about 2 to 2.5 hours according to the weather app. So hopefully we'll get some good swings out there. But either way, goal be to get out there like normal. We'll go 30 to 40 52s, kind of to see obviously the performance for people who may be using 52s or those kind of softer Pro-M, mushier type balls. Then from there, we'll go ahead and hop over to the Pro-Ms, get another 60 to 70 swings there, make sure we got at least kind of 100 plus here on this one. Then we'll come back with final compression, final thoughts. All right, let's see where our short porch Moondoggy's testing at. Again, this is that 1275 Kevlar tech on this USSSA model here. Excited to try this one out. Saw Josh Maher absolutely hitting laser beams out there with their Moondoggy. So excited to see what this one does. And we're looking at about 270. So I've seen good things from this one as far as how it performs kind of out of the hand. Get it some swings, open up kind of that composite Kevlar fibers. Again, not 100% sure how they do the Kevlar piece of it. But either way, open that thing up a little bit, and then it should really start to kind of kick into gear. But let's get our 52s on it, our Pro-Ms, and then we'll come back with final compression, final thoughts. All right, we got the short porch Moondoggy, 12.75 inch and loaded, or loaded, that's what they call it in this one. It's the Kevlar tech on this one. We're gonna start obviously the 52s that we talked about, and then once we get some swings on there, we'll pop over to the Pro-Ms.
102 miles per hour.
Okay.
87 miles per hour. 91 miles per hour.
All right. It's definitely got a stiffer feel on it. I mean, we saw the one before that. Obviously, sweet spot's pretty good there with the 52s, but even with a softer ball, if you catch it low, you're gonna know it in your hands, so don't do that.
91 miles per hour. 99 miles per hour.
Yep, there's our sweet spot.
87 miles per hour. 94 miles per hour.
That was a little higher up on the barrel. Again, not as much sting up there, but definitely you get that stiffer feel that you know you didn't catch it quite where you wanted to.
86 miles per hour. 85 miles per hour.
That's the sweet spot. And that's gone. All right.
75 miles per hour. 93 miles per hour. 94 miles per hour.
All right, that's gonna do it for the short porch Moondoggy as far as 52s go. Overall, definitely can tell it's a stiffer type barrel. See kind of how it breaks in with the Pro-Ms. When you catch the sweet spot, you get good feedback. Ball performs well. Honestly, you get pretty good performance near the hands and towards the end of the barrel, but it's definitely got a real stiff feel. You're gonna know on your hands when you catch it wrong, so be careful in colder temps. But let's hop over to the Pro-Ms and see how it performs. All right, as a reminder, we've got the super duper Pro-Ms in there, Razos, Gold Dots, and ZNs. All the regular Pro-M 44 375s, no stadiums, no hard cores, no mortars, and obviously no onyx.
96 miles per hour.
Well, there's some good carry off of it. I think that was a little high, the sweet spot.
81 miles per hour. 100 miles per hour.
That was definitely high, the sweet spot.
87 miles per hour.
86 miles per hour.
Yeah.
106 miles per hour.
That's the sweet spot.
75 miles per hour. 81 miles per hour. 101 miles per hour.
Yeah, you can definitely hear the sound difference when you catch the no-kidding sweet spot there. A lot more of a crack. Obviously, we'll see what it does compression-wise when we're done. See if it's lowered it enough to be considered kind of broken in, or if we're at right now with the smaller, like no-kidding sweet spot areas, just because the compression's up high.
89 miles per hour. 90 miles per hour. 102 miles per hour. 82 miles per hour. 84 miles per hour. 102 miles per hour.
It's definitely got a very stiff feel. Whether or not that's, again, because the sweet spot's a little bit small right now as we break it in or not really sure, but you can definitely tell when you're not catching just right. You get, it's real stiff up here on the hands, and then down here you get that sting on the hands. We have a little bit of webbing starting, a little bit of paint chipping in the short porch, but that's just, looks like they use a decal for their logo, so it's just the decal coming off. So not paint chipping, decal chipping, I guess.
80 miles per hour.
Uh-oh!
Yep.
Yeah, now you tired yourself out.
83 miles per hour.
That's all it took was one push-up, dude? Oh!
First one on the channel. I hope that makes the video too.
87 miles per hour. 107 miles per hour.
Well, that was a missile. And again, that was that feel where you know you caught the sweet spot again. So it's definitely there. Just hopefully it'll open up and get a little bit larger.
88 miles per hour.
Swing short porch.
Right now after this one.
74 miles per hour.
No, you're good. That's literally one more. Oh, got it, baby.
109 miles per hour.
There we go.
101 miles per hour.
Yeah, and that'll wrap it up there again for the short porch Moondoggy. We'll go ahead, take it back, throw it on the tester, see where it's at, get you a scale weight, and then kind of final thoughts. We got right up to about 80 to 90 Pro-Ms and about 50, 52s between everybody. So we'll see what it's all about and get back to you. All right, now that we've got about 125 swings here on the short porch Moondoggy, let's see where the final compression is at for us. This has been in the house for probably about 2, if not 3 days since we swung it, so it's had plenty of time to obviously sit and let those fibers kind of rebound, if that's the term you want to use. Yeah, and we're still sitting 260, 265, so definitely some wiggle room there. We'll talk about that a little bit more in the final thoughts and kind of what that means for possibly more break-in procedure. All right, and that'll wrap it up again for the USSSA Short Porch Moondoggy. Again, 12.75-inch barrel, loaded, that zero flex, stiff handle, and then obviously it's got that Kevlar tech from Short Porch. And so with this one, obviously you saw the swings there with the 52s. It performed pretty well. What we noticed kind of with this one, and again, I'm assuming it has to kind of do with the stiff barrel and the stiff handle kind of combination. But when you caught, obviously, the middle-ish of the barrel, which makes sense, the sweet spot area, the ball really jumped off well. You've got a pretty good feel, even with it being a 52, and you knew exactly where you caught it. And then as you swapped over, or not swapped over, but as you kind of moved away from the sweet spot, high and low, when you caught it high, it felt a little bit soft at times, which makes sense. I mean, it's a 52. Ball came off okay. Wasn't too bad. But what was interesting is you caught it lower. The ball still came off fine. There wasn't a huge drop-off in performance on the 52s, but you could definitely tell how stiff this handle was and barrel is because it'll sting your hands pretty good. which we'll see if as it breaks in more and more. Obviously, right now it's at like 260, I think is what the final compression was at. We'll see if it kind of opens up the barrel more to kind of remove some of that, or if that's just kind of a something you're going to get from that zero kind of flex stiff handle. Which, if that's the case, it's not really a big deal. At least you know if you swing this, BP it, and from there you just kind of know, okay, if I get kind of that sting on the hands, I know I caught it low. If I get that kind of real stiff feel, and you'll kind of know what I'm talking about in sound change up here, then I know I caught it too high. And then obviously you catch sweet spot, it feels great at that point. So from there, hopping over to the Pro-Ams, it definitely had a very good sweet spot. As you saw there was a couple balls elevated in triple digits. When you caught the kind of sweet spot on the line, ball absolutely jumped off. And really it was the same kind of thing as we just talked about the 52s, but obviously with an uptick in performance. As we caught it a little bit high, it didn't sting the hands. Obviously, it just felt a little bit stiffer. Ball came off okay. Obviously, with how good the sweet spot was, there was a decent drop off in the velo, which is the whole reason we use the velo, is to kind of see your forgiveness ratings. But I mean, nothing too crazy there. Again, if this is something you're going to pick up in game, just get some swings on it with the compression. You'll have time to BP it and break it in and just get nice and comfortable with it so that you're kind of locked into the areas that are going to perform best. And then when you caught it low, really no difference there as well. Ball came off okay. Sting on the hands, just something you're going to have to keep in mind, obviously, with the real stiff handle. But either way, if you've been kind of waiting for another model from your USSSA, maybe one of the previous models they had wasn't the exact kind of specs you wanted, this is definitely a good option for those guys that were kind of in between wanting a 12-inch, 13-inch type of thing. Obviously, with a 12.75, I know it's not much shorter than 13, but I know there's plenty of people who really love those kind of 12.5, 12.75 barrels. And then, especially if you like and want a stiff handle bat, this is obviously going to be it with that zero flex handle they've got on it. And so, with that being said, if I was gonna, obviously, if this was going into my bag with me seeing where the compression's at and kind of how the barrel feels, I would probably go out, throw another 50-ish Pro-Ms on it while rotating the barrel, and then I would come back, test my bat, kind of see where it's at. And once I get it closer to about 250, that's when I would throw it in the bag and kind of game it from there. Obviously, I know not everyone has a tester, so based just on kind of what we did today, I would get about 100 to 150 swings on it. And what you'll be able to tell is when you catch that sweet spot for the first time, you'll feel it. And then as it starts to break in, you feel like the sweet spot gets a little bit bigger. So as you start feeling that expand, and it feels obviously like the ball's jumping off a little bit, go ahead and just put it away at that point. I mean, it's definitely gameable now, don't get me wrong. Just make sure that you've swung it and got used to knowing and understanding what feel and sound you're going to get based on where you caught it so you can maximize the performance. But either way, if you decide to grab one of these, I do believe they're still available both at shortporchbaseballcompany.com and headbangersports.com. On Headbangers, your discount code for this is ADS. Over on Short Porch, it's code DUDE, D-U-D-E. Either one should save you some money, get this shipped over to you. As always, if you want help grabbing it or you have kind of questions about it or other bats before deciding on this one, check out the link tree in the description below. It's got our contact info, the website averagedudeslowpitch.com, which has our rankings that we're updating pretty regularly. We'll see a full breakdown rankings get updated about a week or two after each review, but the no kidding rankings are updated almost as these videos drop, so you'll have those there. And then there's also a bunch of links and codes to get you discounts and stuff like that on a bunch of other sites so that you can get the gear that you want at hopefully the best price possible. But as always, reach out to us if you have any questions, comments, concerns. Always happy to help. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, help you decide if this is the route you want to go. Maybe you want to go with a different short porch model. Maybe you're just going to go with a different brand. Whatever it is, hopefully this helped you make kind of the right decision for you and your swing. Don't hesitate to reach out. Thanks for supporting the channel. Have a great day.